Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey and today I wanted to do a look with the new Cosmic Brushes The Lovers palette. I know I've posted where this came in and this is the color story. If you hear little baby noises, my daughter is asleep on the bed behind me. So today I wanted to do a greenish blue look. I know I'm recording on Valentine's Day and a lot of people are doing the pinks and the reds, and I wanted to do something a little different. So I have not primed my eyelids yet. The only thing I have done is put my moisturizer on. So I am going to use my Urban Decay primer. This is what I always use. It never fails me. If something does not work with this, then it just does not work. I tried using the Milk eyeshadow primer for a little bit, and I had a lot of issues with that primer. A lot of my favorite formulas would crease, and it would fade, and I don't know if I was supposed to be setting the primer, because I don't have to set the Urban Decay, so I really don't know what was wrong with the Milk makeup one. Alright, so now I've got my primer on. So I will insert a photo with the swatches of all of the colors, but I'm going to start with Devoted and Values are the same depth. So I'm going to start with Self-Love, which is a neutral shade, just to make it easier to blend when we get to this part. And I am using the Singe Beauty EO3 for this. I find that when you work with darker shades, having your blending shade down first helps to make it a little bit easier, especially if you are newer or you have trouble blending. I know a lot of times it just seems like I can never get things to blend, and that could just be a user error. But I know when I do this, I really like, my eye looks a lot better. This is a very pretty peachy shade. So I am filming this on Valentine's Day, like I said. I did order the Odin's Eye Morgan Turner collection. I believe it was $93 for the eyeshadow palette and the lippies. So I am super excited for that. I will be doing a video on that. I know there's already a lot up from those that have received it in PR, and I have seen a lot of different looks. I know the purple quadrant of that palette reminds me a lot of a look I saw that was done with the Harvest of Souls purple quadrant. They looked very similar. Okay, and then I'm going to take the EO6 And I think we'll go with Devoted, which is like a pastel green with a little bit of blue. And when you work with pastel colors, they are more of a formula that you have to pack on and try not to blend too much because it will just blend away. I'm sorry, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. But I hope everyone is having a great Valentine's Day. I would love to hear about what you did to celebrate. Did you have to work? Did your significant other do something special? Did you do something special for them? If anybody has kids, do you include your kids in it? I know my son's school does like the little handouts where they can bring candy for the class. So this shade is really light. I don't know if it's actually coming up on camera. And then I'm gonna wipe this off and go in with Partnership, which is a deep blue color. I keep wanting to do my makeup in the viewfinder, and I realize it's not going to work. This blue comes off a lot lighter than what it is in the pan, but you can deepen it up. I am using a fluffier brush, so, and I'll worry about blending after I get the depth that I want from it. I'm not really worried about blending on the lid because I'm gonna have shimmer over it. And I am gonna just soften that line. So that is what it looks like so far. All right, so wipe my brush off. And then I'm gonna go back in with Self Love and blend this out a little bit more. I know a lot of times when YouTubers are doing blending, they cut out and just go to the finished product, but I personally like to see the whole process, to see how long it actually takes, because some people make it look extremely easy when it is not always the case. So keep that in mind if you ever feel discouraged about your looks. If it feels like something's taking forever to blend or it's not blending right. A lot of videos edit out and cut out a lot of the blending. Alright, so that is what it's looking like. My lighting is a little bit, I have natural light coming from here and then artificial light coming from that way. So next, I am gonna go in with Trust, which is this dark green shade right there. And I'm just going to put that lightly in the crease and outer corner. And for this, I'm using the EO2 from Singe Beauty. I really enjoy their brushes. There is just a little bit of fallout, but I also did have a lot of product on my brush, so. I know it looks like I will be uploading every day for a while. So if you want to make sure you catch the daily look from each daily palette, because I am doing a no palette left behind with my collection, make sure you hit the notification and subscribe button. Make sure to like the video, it helps the channel just to get out there so that other people can find it easier. It helps with the algorithm. If there's a specific palette that I have in my collection that you want to see a look on, make sure you comment and let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go with whatever I feel like for that day. Alright, so that is with the outer portion deepened up. And I am going to go back and reblend a little bit. I'm not putting anything additional on my brush. I'm just simply swiping back and forth where I want it to blend. And then when I do my foundation, I'll clean up the outside. And if there's ever a palette that I do a look with and you want to see another look, like the 2 looks, 1 palette, or 5 palettes, 5 looks, where you prefer it to be condensed, I can do that as well. There's just a little bit of kick up in the pan. Let's see, what shimmers do we want to use? I definitely want to use Truth, which is the dark blue on the outer half. And then I think I want to use Promise on the inner. I always like to use my finger just because it creates less fallout. I also don't use glitter glue or primer. I feel like that's an unnecessary added step that came into play recently, because I know when I started watching people do beauty YouTube, if they wanted more impact from the shimmer while using a brush, you would just spray the brush with setting spray or water, and then it would stick better. That Promise shade is really pretty, so it is kind of reflecting the base color. So where I had that pastel green and then it met the dark blue, it kind of took on that color, which is really, really pretty. And then I'm gonna go in with Truth on the outer portion. And I do like to put shimmer just above my crease to help make my eye look a little bit bigger. And that way you can actually see the shimmers when my eyes are closed. This looks a lot darker than it actually is. That blue is so impactful. Oh my goodness. It is so pretty. Again, I am going to go in and clean it up. So I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Promise just to help blend the two colors together. Just by tapping back and forth so that there's not a harsh line. All right. So I'm taking the EO6 now. And instead of using Self-Love, I'm going to use Affection, which is just a really light pink, just to help soften under the brow so that it doesn't look so dark. And then on the outer portion as well. Just to help highlight and open up the eye. this reminds me of a look I saw with the, oh, what was the name of it? The Frozen palette. I think it was Gorman Girls. I'm pretty sure that's who released the palette, but I had seen a look that was similar using that palette. So that is the eye look, besides the bottom lash. I still need to do mascara and liner, and then I need to put on my face. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I will see you in a minute. All right, everyone, I'm back. Just to let you know, I used the Singe Beauty Silk Blush in the shade Riveting Rhubarb. I know it's a little hard to see. That was my daughter, she's dreaming. And then for a highlighter, don't know, you can kind of see it. I used the Glam Light Hershey's Cookies and Cream, and I used the white side. Along with doing the No Palette Left Behind this year, I'm also trying to use everything in my collection to make sure that it's something that works for me, that it's something that I like and will actually continue to use. Because if I don't like it and I'm not going to use it, it doesn't need to stay in my collection. So I will be also trying all of my other things, not just my palettes. So, and then on my lips, I'm using the Holly Ho collection from Glamlight. This was part of the Trick or Treat collection. I know usually I'm not a fan of how dark they do their lip liners compared to the lipstick, but I know the Willy Wonka collection that I used yesterday, or the video that will have been uploaded yesterday, I really enjoyed. I think those shades went together perfectly. I have used the Twinkie lip liner and the Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street lipstick that's this color together, and I really enjoyed that look as well. I know I've tried doing the Ghost Face one, and that ombre look just doesn't look good on me. The lipstick is more of a concealer shade to me, so when it wears out, it kind of looks like the butthole lips. So as I do my makeup looks each day, I will also be testing a lot of the lip combos, because I think I have the majority of them that they've released, if not all of them. I do have other brands as well, like NYX, but I know with the NYX ones, I typically do like those because you can swatch those in stores and see the colors. So I did my mascara, blush, highlighter, lipstick. I don't know if I want to add a gloss or not. I really do like this look. And then I need to do the bottom lash. And I think, I know I said I wanted to do a green look and it turned out blue. Imagine that. Probably do Devoted on the inner half and Partnership on the outer. And if you don't follow Cosmic Beauty on Facebook or on any of their social media, they did send out an update on all of their palettes, how many they have in stock, if they will be restocking, and when they expect to have the shipments. So if there are any palettes that you are interested in picking up, it's worth checking out. I know I saw that and I was glad that I had picked up all of the palettes that I could. I know Cool Trills and Delights are both restocking. They have some for the Cool Trills that will be coming a little bit earlier than the rest because they're gonna fly them in instead of by ship. They just didn't want to do it all that way because of the cost. It cost a lot to do it by plane. So as soon as that restock hits, I will be picking those up. That way I'll have the complete collection and I can do a ranking video. So if you are interested in seeing that, make sure that you are subscribed so you can see when that goes live. That went a little bit lower than I wanted it to. So oh, that touched my eyeball. I'm just trying to blend it out a little bit so that it's not so harsh. There we go. And then this side went too low on me. Hopefully I can get it to blend out. I feel like that's another big thing you don't get to see when a lot of the more seasoned YouTubers mess up. Just want to try and even the sides out. How did I mess up on this side? I ended up liking it better. Does anyone else do that? My brush got wet. I think that is as good as it's gonna get as far as matching. I do really like the way that it turned out though, in blending the pastel into the dark shade made it kind of vibrant, and I actually really like that. So that is the finished look. Actually, hold on. I want to add just a little bit of eyeliner to the bottom. I usually don't because I feel like it makes my eyes look smaller, but I think with how dark the blue is, it might complement it pretty well. My right eye, I'm pretty sure I busted a blood vessel, so it's a little red. Alright, so that is the finished look, and then for my eyeliner I just used MAC Color Access Glider Dye Gel Eyeliner Pencil. So that is the look. If you enjoyed watching, make sure to like and subscribe. I will be trying to upload every single day with a new palette. And if you want to see more than one look with a palette, let me know. That way I can do more for you. I hope everyone has a great day, and thank you for stopping by my channel.